Supporters of the Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi make good their vow to hold the biggest rallies in various parts of the country to show their support for the candidate. They converge on various places, dancing, chanting songs, waving flags and banners with different inscriptions to show solidarity to the man they think is fit to lead the country from 2023. In Lagos, members of the Obidati movement kick off their walk from Admiralty Junction, moving through major roads in Lekki.
We are obedient to Nigeria. We are obedient to Peter Obi. Come 2023, we all have our PVCs. Peter Obi will be elected the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria for the good of Nigeria.
Next, they move towards Jakonde, Elegushi axis in an apparent move to avoid any confrontation with the police already stationed at the Lekki toll gates. In another part of Lagos, Festac Town in Amuwo-Odofin local government area, the LP supporters are out in their numbers. After over 5 hours of work through major roads, the supporters converge on Apple Junction, chanting solidarity songs in support of the Labour Party presidential candidate.
We are supporting a better Nigeria, a new Nigeria, and Peter Obi is the hope of every youth.
We are here for a change. We just want to liberate Nigeria. We have suffered enough. We want to take our Nigeria back.
Aba, the commercial center of Abia State, is a rallying point for supporters of the Obidati movement in the state. The Obedients in Benin City are not left out in the Solidarity March as they walk the streets in support of the candidate.
Obi! Obi!
And in Uyo, the Akwa Ibom state capital, it's a massive turnout of Obidati supporters. Up north in Kaduna, the Obidati supporters also come out in their large numbers. The rally, according to the conveners, is to garner more support for the presidential candidate ahead of next year's general elections.
Well, let's just have a conversation around that with Mr. Alo Kennedy, who is Lagos State Coordinator, Take Back Niger and Obedient Movement, and he's also head 1st October 4 million March Committee, Lagos. Lagos Coordinator, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you, it's my pleasure.
Speak generally, first of all. We've had such spontaneous reaction from Nigerians a few times in our history. I remember, well, in '93 it was like that for the MKO at the time. June 12, the January 2012, that was also spontaneous, and a number of maybe one or two others like that. This is like the first time we're witnessing this kind of spontaneous reaction from people, almost unsolicited by the party involved. Or are they paid crowd as well?
Absolutely, you're correct. You know,
they're paid?
No. Who paid who?
I'm just asking.
No, come
when
on.
You said absolutely.
No, I mean the spontaneous reaction of the people. That's what I'm trying to say. You see, people have gone to a point of Rubicon, point of no return, when we are in school, that's what they say. What you see on October 1st is expression of people's feeling that enough of what is going on. They are tired of the bad governance. They're tired of everything that is going on in Nigeria, the standard of living, their education, their hospital. Nothing absolutely is supposed to be working the way it's supposed to work. Then we said, since the people we elected are not doing it, let's start from the grassroots and mobilize people to say enough is enough. So that since we have somebody we believe on that is giving us the highest hope that we have never seen in the history of this country, then we say it's time for us to tell him, come and be with us and salvage the situation. What you see on October 1st is the expression. People just wanted to burst out what they are feeling about the system. Enough is enough. They are tired, and they wanted to take the country back to themselves.
You spoke about starting from the grassroots, and that speaks to the local governance systems, and then the state government before we get to the federal. But it seems that the attention of a huge number of the people in this, campaigns, parades and all of that, is more for the presidency and not for the local government level.
We started this movement about a couple of months ago, when our principal is still at another party. I don't want to mention their name. So we are telling the people at those parties to give us this man to lead us in this country because we believe in what he's saying. And before then, we have started strategizing. It's something we started on a small scale with few people. Then our convenience, we started adding people in the platform. We started building up and building up. We get to a point, we say, okay, it's now for us to showcase the people what we can do. We have, as I'm talking to you now, we have from local government coordinators to ward coordinators to polling unit coordinators. This is something average person that's not a politician will never ever do in his life or her life. So for the fact that we wanted to take the whole bunch back to ourselves, we started to study the system. How do this thing work? Immediately we understand how it works, we started building our capacity around the platform and around the structure. So when people always say the man in question don't have a structure, we keep smiling because at the back end, we're already building exactly what they were expecting.
That's not the question. The question is, you talked about us starting from the local levels.
Yes.
And the local government system is the lowest level, the closest level of government to
Absolutely.
the people. That's the question that I'm asking about. Because the focus is on the presidency and not on the local government level, chairman, councillors, and all of those things. You said it, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah, sure. We started from the presidency, and now we have a very vibrant governorship that will be in place in the next few months to be in Lagos, whatever, Vivo. Then we have the House of Representatives, the senators, and the local ones. But what we are concentrating now is the presidency and the governorship. That's the people we have clearer picture who they are and what we wanted to do. This is not like a party. It's not a political party. It's a movement. For the fact that our principal is in a party now, which means automatically all of us get ourselves aligned with the Labour Party. So whatever we are doing for our principal is absolutely doing the same thing, like we are Labour, but the most important thing, quote and unquote, we are movement. So he cannot call us a political party, but we'll be aligning with a political party our principal is on, and we'll be working for them.
You don't consider the importance of a popular support base for your candidate, your presidential candidate, at the National Assembly level too, should in case he wins, because the concern is that the concentration, as Ayo said, is on the presidential election, and that the Labour Party is not necessarily fielding as many candidates as it should in the National Assembly elections.
I think what happened to Labour Party is like a hurricane. They never expected this kind of surge. They have been there, but we are not like active people per se. Our principal have said before now that when he used to be the governor, he's the only one on the platform. No person from the House of Assembly, no councillor, nothing. But he walked. By the time the man goes up there, which we believe will be the next president of this country, I believe every other person will align with exactly the ideas he has on the table. Because the most important thing about this is for the country to move forward. Nobody in this country now will say this country is doing the way it's supposed to be doing. I don't think anybody will say that. Now, when we have somebody that wants to sacrifice himself, that man have reached the apex in his life from a chairman of a bank, from a governor, from a lot of things. So it's not that we handled him and say, you must lead us to the promised land, which we believe that he's going to do. But Labour has other candidatures representatives, senators, House of, and other things. But in the meanwhile, what we are considering now is our principal and the governorship, especially in Lagos, because we are in Lagos. I'm talking about Lagos State because I'm the coordinator of Lagos State. I believe we are spread out in the whole Nigeria. We have in all the states. We have in the state coordinators. We have local government coordinators. We have ward coordinators. So probably what people don't understand is that we have been doing this work before now, and the people on the grassroots level have aligned with us. They are the people that are doing the work. If we can have a polling unit coordinator, it means that we are actually rooted.
Speaking of which, you know, I asked earlier if they're not paid, you know, participants at the rally. So if they're not paid, I'd like you to elaborate more on how you have been able to mobilize the mass people, you know, that we see at the obedience rally.
You know, October 1st evening, I can consider myself as one of the happiest person. After like 4 or 5 days sleepless nights when the rally is coming closer, you know, this is, you know, the worst organization or the worst planning it can do is when you are doing something with no budget, no money, and you keep expecting it will come. And the other individuals that see what we are doing always keep giving out what they can. Let me get it to you that the ambulances, the truck, and many other things that we use there are given to us by association of some doctors for P2B, lawyers for P2B, transporters for P2B. We have, because the rally was organized by a coalition of different people, like Mine, TBN, P2B Network, you know, different types of people. People will just form a group because they wanted to support this man, this ideal man that we are longing for to be the president. So all the T-shirts you see people wearing there, 80% we are shared free. But people capitalize on the platform, maybe came from somewhere, maybe they started selling whatever they do. The water we share there is given to us free. Almost 90% of most of the things we use for this rally is actually given out by the people. You know, you see, people get to a point in people's life, they say, come on, why can't we follow this young man and get this country back? Because nobody can give what he doesn't believe in. If our governors and leaders can go out for medical checkup or could take their children outside for school, it means that they don't believe in education here and they don't believe in hospital here. I could remember about 2 years ago, one of the ex-governors built a massive hospital somewhere at the south-south. But the little incident occurred to him at Abuja, if you remember, he was freed out. But he spent billions in that hospital somewhere at the south-south. He used to be the governor before he became somebody else now, a senator or a minister. I don't want to mention his name. So what we are concentrating is for people to understand our idea. Whatever we are doing is for us to get back the country to start working. And when a country is working, I believe everything will take in shape.
Okay. Now, one of the concerns naturally is if these participants at this rally will actually vote, if these numbers will convert to votes. Historically, you know this very well. The highest percentage of voter population that we have had, you know, since the Fourth Republic began, is 30% of the voters. Now we have about 96 or thereabout million voters on INEC register, the highest we've ever had. No matter how high the numbers rose, it would seem the percentage of voters dropped, 20-something and all of that. So the question then is, will the numbers at these rallies all over the nation, especially beginning in Lagos where you are, will it convert to votes?
Absolutely. You know, let me get to you. When this ideal man they call Mr. P2B, His Excellency, came on board, it surprises everybody. Immediately there is INEC continuous registration. There is a surge in INEC places, unlike before. So which means if you can take that pain to go and do your registration, you will still take the same pain to collect your voter's card, which they have started doing. In each of the platforms nationwide, we have been sensitizing people to go and collect their platform. We help you. If you don't remember where it is, we have to make you understand how you can get to your local government and collect your platform, your PVC.
You mean Labour Party is brokering that intervention for its supporters, helping them collect their voters' card?
Yes, the movement is actually making people that's the importance of collecting those PVC.
Answer the question that she asked. Are you helping them to collect their voter cards?
No.
Making the process easy.
You have to sensitize people to make them to understand how they must go and collect their voters' card. I don't think INEC give third-party card to anybody. Okay. I think it's criminal because...
No, not collect on their behalf, but, you know, aiding the process, making it easy for them to collect.
The only thing we are doing is sensitizing people to go to and collect their voters' card.
Do you think it's difficult for people to get a voter card?
You see, before now, do you remember before now, when people, if there is an election, you see people playing football, doing different things all together because they're not interested. But now they feel that, okay, let's try this one. Since other dynamics have been, we are used to failure. People are saying, how do you know this one is going to work? I said, but the ones that we have been doing before, it's not working. So the system is used to failure, and they will believe that this one will work.
At the end of the day, Mr. Peter Obi is a politician. And politicians have made promises to people all through the ages. Yeah. So, and people have been disappointed over and over again by politicians. Now, what's the confidence people will have that even if we vote this man, we will not get the same treatment as every politician has given us over time?
If you look at the man's pedigree, he left 70 billion somewhere when he was the governor. Nothing stopped him from writing it out as security vote. It's never done in this history of this country. Nothing stopped that man to write it off.
But he's not the only governor that has left savings in the
That's
in the
70 billion, sir. We are talking about.
He's not the only one that has done that in this country.
He has done so much that people believe that this is an ideal man that we have to look up to deliver this country. People have checked his antecedents, where he's coming from a private sector, how successful he has been. He has been in a lot of public sector, and nobody has ever faulted him on certain things. So
let me quickly get in this one. Do you believe, or are you concerned that the obedience seemingly going with the tide and not interrogating your principle as they should? Speaking of which, you know, he has had to interact with the leads at the business level. He has had to interact with the members of the, you know, judiciary, you know, at the MBA conference. But is there a need? Do you see the need for an interaction with the people, the locals, you know, at the township level, such that they can ask critical questions about how he hopes to deliver the dividends of democracy that he has so promised in many fora?
Yes, we have actually organized a lot of township, you know, forum for about 3 or 4, and he promised to come for other ones. We have been asking him critical questions. Why should we believe you? He dropped everything on the table to say, by the time you check A, B, C, D, tell me why you should not believe me.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll wait. As we have heard politicians say over and over again, well, it's only time that will tell.
Absolutely.
We have to thank you very much for being a part of our conversation this morning. Alo Kennedy is Lagos State Coordinator, Take Back Niger Obedient Movement. He's also the head of the first October 4 Million March Committee. Those who wonder whether they are up to 4 million. But that's another question for today. Thank you so much for your time.
We have a mammoth crowd there.
Well, mammoth and 4 million are two different words. Well, we'll be right back after now to take on more. Please stay with us.